Let's wait a little bit more. And we are, let me see here. Yeah, we are on YouTube now. So, hello guys, good afternoon, people who follow us on YouTube. So, we are here with Maria, Jimenez, and Juliano for a new English immersion here in TALKTNTALK platform. So, TALKTNTALK is a platform of languages where you can practice different languages such as Spanish, English, German, French, and others. Uh, uh, Something so important about this platform that it is not a regular English class. So I am not an English teacher. We are here just for trying to create a real conversation in English, and I'm here just for guiding the conversation. We don't correct each other. We just let the conversation flow, and that's in a nutshell, how it works. So today we will be talking about outdoors and indoors activities. And so we are going to start answering our today's question. I'm going to start with you, Jimenez, okay? So the first question, do you prefer spending your free time outdoors or indoors, and why?
Yes, depends of situation of the weather. Normally, I prefer uh, walking, hiking in the outdoor and play with my kids. It's very good outdoor in the other place. But sometimes it's not possible because weather and it's uh, the situation do not be controlled. But if for practice exercise or practice sports, I prefer indoor because I like football and it's indoor in the quarter, and I like go to the gym. It's indoor too.
So much, Jimenez, I completely agree with that, that sometimes that decision is not 100% on us. Specifically here in Curitiba, where I live, it rains a lot and the weather is kind of crazy. So sometimes you can plan like going out or running in a park, but if it starts raining, obviously your plans will be ruined by the weather. So I think that it depends on the weather if you want to do something outdoors. Thank you so much again. Maria, what do you think?
I prefer spending my free time outdoor, but it's not what actually always happen because of the weather. And sometimes it's raining a lot, but actually on February it's very hot, and even I'm outside my home in the apartment, it's too hot that I'm not able to stay there, so I return to to indoors and get some fresh. But I prefer outdoor activities like looking to the sky, being in touch with the nature, going to the parks. But it's kind of difficult nowadays.
Yeah, again, the weather is an important factor of our of like doing outdoors or indoor activities. When I was living in Sao Paulo, it was as well kind of the same, being outside or, for example, playing football with the sun over there. It was so difficult, even more in summer. So yeah, at that time I would prefer to play football in a out, indoor ground, I would say. But yeah, that's it. We can change our plans because of the weather. Thank you so much, Maria. And finally, Giuliano, go ahead. What do you think about it?
About me, I think depends on the activity that I want to do. Because if I really want to read something like that, I prefer uh, indoor activity, to read. I think it's more comfortable to me. But I don't know if I really want to, you know, keep in touch with the nature or something like that. I think it's more interesting outside activities, like running, walk, I don't know, a lot of activities, play football. So depends, the kind of activity that I want to do. But I think the most time I really enjoy the indoor activities.
Got it. Thank you so much, Juliano. I really appreciate your contribution. I'm going to continue with you. So let's move on to the question number two. What's your favorite outdoor activity and what do you enjoy about it? If you could, if you could choose one, what would be this one?
If I could choose one, I think I was thinking here about park, but I think go to the beach, it's a outdoor activity, and it's very good because I really like to swimming. I really like the weather at the beach because it's easy to breathe, is the air is different, I really like the weather there and the environment too. So if I was just choosing one, I think beach.
Yeah, it's a good one. And I think here in Brazil, you have that possibility that it's going at that ease of going to the beach. Unfortunately, in Bolivia, we don't have ocean over there, so we don't have that. We are not used to go to that places. So the time that we went to the beach with my wife, it was not that enjoyable for us because we are not used to go over there. But yeah, I think that here is it's something common and something that you really enjoy doing. Thanks so much, Juliano. Maria, what about you? What is your favorite outdoor activity?
I enjoy going to the beach too, like Juliano, but it's not going to the ocean, it's just being at the beach. And also, I like to riding a bike on the beach. It's not just walking, but I like because for me it's easier to ride a bike on the beach. In São Paulo, for me it's difficult to be on the traffic and look for the cars and take care of everything. And on the beach, I feel more free to do that. So it's one of my favorite activities.
It's so interesting that it's riding a bicycle there around the beach. I've never seen that. Well, I think that I already saw that activity, but yeah, you're the first person that I know who love doing that. So thanks so much, Maria. Now, Jimenez, go ahead. What is your favorite outdoor activity nowadays?
Okay, I walking day by day and the square near by my house. It's so good, and I like play one with my kids in my street because my street is very calm and it don't have automobiles.
Thanks so much, Jimenez. Finally, I would say that mine is walking in parks. Here in Curitiba, as you know, there are a lot of parks surrounded by nature. So I really love going there to doing a walk with my wife and talking about the life, as well appreciating the nature, the landscape, because there are a lot of beautiful lakes, beautiful parks or part of the nature over there. So it's something that I really love doing, but I don't do that often. I think that since we got for our last trip, when we got here in Curitiba, we stopped doing that. Uh, I don't know why. Maybe because we have a lot of things to do, like studying or working. So maybe we will continue. We will restart going to those parks and doing a walk. So let's move on to the next question. It's the question number three. I'm gonna start with you, Maria, okay? So, what is your go-to indoor activity when you want to relax? Do you have any specific?
Sometimes I go to the cinema by myself, alone. because I want to take some time for just with me and not talking to anyone. So going to the cinema is one of indoor activity that sometimes I decide to do.
Yeah, it's a good one. I would say that mine as well is going to the cinema or just here picking up a good movie here in my home. I'm preparing our own popcorn and like spend 2 or 3 hours there in my sofa with my wife. So it's a good activity. It's a good indoor activity. Another one that I really enjoy doing is playing volleyball because volleyball is an indoor activity. So it's a sport that I really love doing. In fact, yesterday we played volleyball with my wife. And that's it. Thank you so much, Maria and Giuliano. What is your indoor go-to indoor activity when you want to relax?
Oh, I think my favorite one is play games at my home. I think this is the best, and I can call to my friends, that play games too, and we all play together. I think it's very good because we can have fun together, laugh a lot, and I don't need to get out of my house to do it, so I have this comfortable. So I think that's it.
Is it video games or table games or what kind of games?
Oh, it's games from computer,
Mhm,
because I really like just playing computer. So it's like can be Fortnite, Valorant,
mhm,
Dead by Daylight, things like that. I love games.
mhm. Got it. Thank you so much, Giuliano. And Jimenez, go ahead. How about
Oh,
you?
I like play with my kids, play in general with their toys, or play music with them. Uh, but for relaxing only, I prefer read my technical books. I have a lot of books in my house, and I always read the new book.
That's interesting to know because I like you. When I read those technical books, I get stressed because you have to learn something from that, and sometimes it's so technical that you have to read again if you want to keep that information in your mind. But you use that for something relaxing, so it's wonderful. In my case, it's like that. I don't use that for relaxing, but it's okay. Thank you
Uh,
so much, Jimenez.
I
So let's
I
move on to the
prefer
next question. I'm gonna go ahead, go ahead.
I prefer read the technical books because I relax learn new
Mm,
things.
yeah, got it. Thank you so much, Jimenez. I'm gonna continue with you. Let's move on to the question number 4. Do you enjoy adventurous outdoor activities like hiking, camping, or rock climbing? Why or why not?
Um, I understand this question.
It's like,
Oh, it's
did
like
you?
okay.
Uh,
Oh
Go ahead.
yes, I like hiking. Day by day I hike in the square at the square nearby my house. Camping is not possible because my kids. Oh, rock climbing. Exists this rock climbing in the city nearby my house, and it's very good. But and in this moment, I can't this because my family, my kids. But we at the holiday we moved with trip for the mountains for pass the night. It's very good.
Yes, I completely agree. Being close to the nature is totally different that we are if we compare it with the activities that we normally do in our daily basis. It's really good to do that, I think, at least once every year. Thanks so much, Jimenez and Maria. How about you?
I tried to camping once, but it's not my thing. I like to be in touch with the nature, but I like also my comfort, like take a hot shower, have being away from mosquitoes. So I have some boundaries, but I want to try something new like parachutes. It's like adventurous, but it's different for camping or hiking.
Yeah, I think that I'm like you nowadays because before I used to camp more often because I was part of a group of people that it's called pathfinders in English. Here in Brazil, you have the same group of people that is part of a church that is the Desbravadores. It's kind of the Boy Scouts. It's kind of similar. We used to camp a lot. So I really love it. But I think that the older that I get, the less that I like to go over there. I think that mosquitoes was one of the things that I don't like to experience when I go to nature. So but as a matter of fact, I just went to camping the last weekend on Carnival time. My church organized like a camp of 4 days, and we went with my wife, and it was awesome because we could enjoy the nature, know more people, more colleagues, and the food was fantastic. So it was a really good experience. It was not like the camp that I used to do when I was younger. So I enjoyed more. Thank you so much, Maria. Giuliano, go ahead. What about you?
About me, um, these activities that the question are asking, I don't like hiking, camping, or climbing. I think maybe I'm scared of this kind of activities, I don't know. But I can choose other like calisthenics, for example, because let's go, I don't know, to a park and do some kind of activity. Yes, I totally like, I am not sedentary guy, I just don't like this kind of activity like hiking, camping, rock climbing, because hiking, I need walk a lot, you know. Camping, I don't know, it's scary because there are insects, animals there a lot of times, I don't like. But I like the idea to do outdoor activities, like calisthenics. Let's go with a group of friends and working out a lot. That's good.
Thank you so much, Giuliano. So let's move on to the next question. That will be let me see here, the fifth one, and I will continue with you, okay? How do you feel, Giuliano, about outdoor sports such as soccer, basketball, or cycling? I'm not sure if basketball can be considered outdoor or indoor, but what do you feel about the others one?
Uh, I like let me see here. I think soccer and cycling it's good, because I really like to ride a bike. So yeah, I think it's not the same thing, but I think it's very close, maybe, cycling and just ride a bike. But I usually just play soccer, So yes, I really enjoy this kind of activity because it's an activity that you can have fun with your friends or colleagues, and it's very good, It's very fun. I try do it sometimes on Fridays, after the college or before the college. So me and my friends go and play a little bit of soccer, and after go to the, I don't know, McDonald's, Burger Kinger, and that's it. I really like.
Yeah, I completely agree, Giuliano. If I could choose between all of the outdoors sports that I know, obviously I will choose football soccer, because I think that I am a competitive person, so I really love to compete. And as well, I consider that soccer is a good sport where you can not just having fun, as well you can lose some pounds, because I think the intensity of exercise that you do in just a period of time is so high. So I really love playing football. Jimenez, go ahead. How about you?
I like football too. It's my favorite sport. But I can't play football all days. It's impossible to me. I like walking, hiking at the square. It's so good. I always hiking and meditation together. It's so good for me. I wake up early, 5 a.m., and this is my first activity in my day.
Thank you so much, Jimenez. And as well for me, nowadays it's impossible to play football every single day. I think that I'm not that young guy that I was. I think that I can play twice every week as a max. But yeah, that's it. Maria, how about you? What do you think?
When I was like between kids and teenager, I used to play basketball because I'm tall, and it was one activity that I had in my school. So I played for like 5 years, but I decided that I want not to become an athlete. It's just a hobby, so I stopped to play. But right now, I'm not. I do not play any sports outdoor. I ride a bike when I'm in a park or a beach, but it's not like cycling. It's just a activity in my free time.
Thank you so much, Maria, for sharing your experience and your insights. So let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna continue with you, Maria, okay? The question number 6. Do you prefer going to the beach, the mountains, or the countryside when you're spending time outdoors?
I like every option, and depends on my free time, my company. So with my family, I go to the countryside because they live there, and we can travel to places around my city. But with my friends or some vacation, holidays, I prefer going to the beach or mountains.
Where was the last place that you visited from this list? The last it was the last going to the beach or to the countryside or to the mountains. Do you remember?
I was on the beach last year, but I don't remember, maybe on September.
Mm-hmm.
And the countryside, I was there 2 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I visited some cachoeiras
Mm-hmm.
because in the summer they are very popular. It's not too safe because the water is too strong on the summer, but I visit some, I don't know in English, waterfall. I don't remember
Yeah,
exactly,
I think so. Uh-huh.
but I visit some waterfalls.
Thank you so much, Maria. Jimenez, go ahead. What would be your choice between those lists, and what was the last place that you visited?
Okay, I prefer beach. but beach is far away my house. Nearby my house, it's the mountains and the uh, cidade vizinha, não sei falar em inglês. We have a lot of mountains and the chalets for pass the night, and it's very good. It's a good choice for the weekend. It's very good.
Really appreciate your contribution, Jimenez. Thank you so much. And Giuliano, how about you?
About me, when I have time and money, I prefer to go to the beach. Because, like I said before, the weather there it's good. I like to swimming. I like to ride a bike. I like to walk in the sand. You know, so it's the best place to me. I really like this outdoor activity.
Do you remember when was the last time you went to the beach?
Yes, the last time that I went to the beach was in the end of the last year. I spent there the New Year.
Ah, the New Year. It might be wonderful with fireworks.
Yeah, it's very good.
Thank you so much, guys. So let's move on to the question number 7. I'm going to start with you, Jimenez, okay? Do you enjoy indoor hobbies like reading, playing video games, or crafting? And I'm going to add something else. What would be your favorite one?
I prefer reading. I don't play video games because it's a trigger for advice my son, and I I hate to spend time in front of video games because my responsibility. I can't spend time with video games. But I prefer reading. I read a lot. I like technical books. I like uh, technology in general, and or sci-fi. I like too, but I prefer technology.
Got it. And about video games, have you ever always been like that? Maybe the kind of person who doesn't like to play video games, or it's just because your new responsibilities as a father nowadays?
Because my responsibility.
Okay, got it. Thanks so much, Jimenez. Giuliano, go ahead. Well, you already told us that you really love playing video games. Do you have any other indoor activities or any indoor hobbies that you enjoy doing?
Yes, of course. I really like to reading. I think nowadays I used to read more than playing games. And I really like to read mangas. From Japan, manhwa from South Korea, and some manhwas from China too. I really like. And crafting, yeah, yes, I don't like crafting. I think about these three activities, I think reading is that is the only one that I really like to do and I always do every day.
That's so good, Juliana. It's good to know that you really love you love writing. Because in my case, it's not like that. Well, I started reading more this year, but it's something that I don't enjoy so much. I just read because I need it, and as well, I need to practice my reading skills in English and in Spanish and in Portuguese as well. But it's not something that I really enjoy doing. Maybe because I am not reading something that I really love, like the content. Maybe I must find something I love reading. Maybe I'm not sure. You, for example, Juliano said that you read mangas. I used to watch Dragon Ball when I was younger, and obviously the mangas are over there. Maybe if I pick something similar that I love or I enjoyed doing before, maybe I can create that custom of reading more, or I can have that in I can become reading something more enjoyable.
Uh,
That's it. Thank you so much.
I totally agree with you because in the past I used don't like to read, you know, and when I begin read something that I really like mangas, manhwas, I begin to read a lot, you know, because I
Mm-hmm.
found a content that I like. I think it's the same
Mm-hmm.
as you.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, Juliano. Maria, what about you?
I do like reading, but it's not something that I do every single week. Depends if I'm not too tired, if my mind is not too full. So, but I like reading and also crafting. I don't know if it is the same thing, but when I finish a book, I made some scrapbook with a resume of the book I read. It's hard to explain, but I wrote the main things that from this book on a paper and use some stickers and colorful pens. Is a way that I find to understand better the things that I read. So it's something that I do, but it's not always. It's in uh, like in 2 months, depends on my schedule.
That's so interesting, Maria. And I agree with you because when I study or when I read something and I need to keep that information strongly in my mind, I need to write or take notes of that. And obviously the notes will be in my way, in the way that I understand, and it won't be a copy of the book. So I think that every single person has a different way of learning, and that's why you choose this way, and in my case the mind that it's like taking my notes, and that's interesting. So thanks so much for sharing, Maria. Let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna continue with you, okay? So Maria, how often do you visit indoor places like museums, theaters, or shopping malls?
I think depends. For example, in the end of the year, I visit shopping malls every time to buy things for the Christmas, and everything is on the shopping mall, so it's easier to go in there and buy what I need. But I don't used to go during the entire year. But museum and theaters, I try to go once a week, not once a month. And I always looking for something day free or some promotions because it's not cheaper going to museums or in theaters every month. But I like it. 2 weeks ago, I was with my mom in a exposition in São Paulo about a singer called Ney Mato Grosso, and I enjoy so much because there are a lot of music and clothes and the accessories that the singer use in your shows, and so it's a different experience in a museum. And I try to get in touch with different things, not just looking for paintings or things from artists that I you never see or never know personally.
I can feel you, Maria, because I am not the kind of person who visit museums often. Uh, as a matter of fact, the last time that I went a museum here in Curitiba was the last year when we moved here. Because here in Curitiba there are a lot of museums, but as you said, sometimes it's free or sometimes you have to pay. So I am not the kind of person who would pay for going to museum. Unfortunately, I know that other people appreciate more art. So, but I am not like that, unfortunately. And about shoppings, I think that we go once a week, once a month or once a month. I think that is practical because, as you said, there are a lot of activities that you can do, like going to eat something different, maybe buying some clothes, or even the cinema is over there as well in most of the shoppings, the majority of shoppings. So it's really practical. And my personal opinion here in Brazil, you have it's kind of something that Brazilian people like to do, that it's going to the shopping on weekends. It's something that I found out interesting here in this country. Thanks so much, Maria. Jimenez, how about you?
Okay. In my case, we often go out to eat something outside the house. It's common, and we go to the mall, or pizzeria, or some restaurant every week. It's more easy than try go to the cinema. It's impossible with my kids. It's impossible. Uh, and we like go to theater too because we had a lot of shows about child, and my kids like this.
Thanks so much, Jimenez, for finishing that question, for ending that question. Juliano, go ahead. What about you?
About me, I try to go to the shopping mall to watch movies every other month, you know. Depends on the kind of movie that are there, you know. But I try to go every other month. I think it's a good time to have something new and good in the movie theater to watch in shopping mall. But about the other things here, about museums, theaters, I usually don't go, but I like museums, I think. Just museums and shopping malls.
Thanks so much, Juliano. So guys, we are about finishing the questions, so I'm gonna ask a question that it's not here in our list. Do you remember the indoors or outdoors activities that you just did in your carnival holidays? Can you share some of them? Maria, do you remember any outdoors or indoor activities that you just did in this carnival that just passed?
Yes, it was a mix, I think, because I was in a bar and I spent sometimes outside the bar, but when the transmission of Oscar started, everyone going to inside the bar to watch Fernanda Torres and everything. So it was a funny day because I don't have memories to watch Oscar and being so afraid to lose. So it was the first time that I see the movie and it was there cheering and thinking, oh, we need to win the prime. But it was the funny day from the carnival. The other days I spent just walking. I tried to go into some parks, but it was too hot that I returned to my house.
That was so interesting. Thank you so much, Maria. Giuliano, do you remember any, or can you share some activities that you just did in your carnival holidays?
Yes, I can. I think in this holiday carnival, I just the indoor activities, you know, like watched a lot of movies and not a lot because now I can't remember one, but I watch animes, you know, Solo Leveling, and I read mangas. I think I spent my holiday doing outdoor activities like just watch something, reading and sleeping. You know, I just uh really want to relax. Just it.
Thank you so much, Giuliano. So in my case, as I already said, I went camping. In the camp, we had a lot of different activities like indoor and outdoor. I played volleyball outdoor because it was not like volleyball. It was like in the grass, like court in the grass of volleyball. And as well, I tried to play football, but it was so hot, so I didn't play so much football. As well, we played a pool, that is sinuca in Portuguese, with my wife. I used to play a lot when I was in university, so yeah, I enjoyed that time. Let me see what else. There was a swimming pool, but I didn't I didn't get into the swimming pool because it was so hot, and the swimming pool was kind of small, and it was so crowded by children, so I preferred to stay outside. I think those were the main activities that I did in this carnival holiday. What about you, Jimenez?
Easy. My programmation is with my family. We went to the farm and which had a swimming pool. It's very funny for day. We also went on a trail through the forest and had a picnic. It's very funny too, and it's a good moment for us.
Yeah, for sure, children love swimming pools. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Thanks so much, Jimenez.
yeah.
Let's continue with our today's question and our today's topic. I will continue with you, okay, Jimenez. Do you prefer exercising indoors at a gym or outdoors in a park?
I prefer go to the gym because the exercise is more hard and I training for the exhaustion. For me, it's therapeutic for maintaining focus on my activities and all day. When I go to the gym and the training hard, I can maintain more focus in my work.
Yeah, I agree with that, Jimenez. I think that when you go to the gym, you are really focused on what you are doing at that moment. I think that when you go to a park, for example, you can get distracted easily. So yeah, in my personal case, between those, I would pick up the gym as well. And thank you so much for your answer. Maria, how about you?
I prefer gym too, but I prefer not exercising. I just like walking and ride a bike. But if I have to choose, I choose gym because for me it's more safe. I have the equipment, I have some personnel to guide me, and also I more focus on there. I know what I need to do and the time I need to do everything. So it's like I'm going to there for do that. If I'm going to a park, as you said, I will look for some people walking around me. I want to buy a coconut water. So it's not something that I will focus. I lose my intention.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't agree more with you, Maria. Thank you so much. Finally, Giuliano, go ahead. How about you?
Oh, about me, I really like to exercise in indoor place like gym, because there are a lot of machines, good machines to help me achieve the best performance there. So I have a lot of option to pick, you know. Of course, working out in a park it's very good because it's more interesting than when we are thinking about weather, cause it's more comfortable. But we don't have a lot of option. We just need to do calisthenics for people that like. Okay, but I think I can achieve the best performance in at the gym.
That's it. I agree with you, Julian. So let's move to the last question of today's topic. So I'm gonna continue with you, Julian, okay? If the weather is perfect, would you still choose to stay indoors or would you rather go outside and why?
Uh, I think if the weather it's perfect, maybe I would choose try go to the beach if it's hot, because it's more interesting. And if are cold, I think it's good to walk, go to the gym, go to the park because very hot, I don't like. I don't like. So I think to walk to rainy to working out cold weather, it's the perfect, you know. And hot is just good to go to the beach. That's it.
Thank you so much, Juliano. And Jimenez, how about you?
I prefer outdoor. It's more funny.
Um, okay, so if the weather is perfect, you would choose to stay at home or maybe doing some indoors activities. That's it?
No, I prefer go out with my kids.
Okay,
Depends of the weather.
okay, okay, got it, Jimenez. Um, Now for ending our question, Maria, how about you?
I would choose going outside because I think I stay too much time at home working because I work from home, so I need to going out. But as I said before, it's not just the weather, it's the temperature because sometimes the sky is perfect, is everything looking good, but you put your foot on the street, you feel that it's too hot. So I need to make a balance. If I have a place that I can stand outside but not feeling too hot, I prefer going outside.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Maria. So, guys, we got at the final of our today's list. So this is the time where we can share how was our experience here in this conversation, and maybe you can share as well if you learned something new today, maybe some words, some expression. It would be nice to know more about that. Giuliano, go ahead. Could you share how was your experience today with us in this immersion?
Yes, I enjoy so much this conversation, this immersion, talk about indoor and outdoor activity. It's always interesting because you can think a lot about the things that we usually like to do and things that we do, right? So thank you so much.
Thank you, Giuliano, as well. And Jimenez, how was it for you?
Oh, it's the meeting is very well. I like too, and I like this goals. The questions is very good.
Thank you as well, Jimenez, for sharing as well your experience and your preferences here. And now, Maria, how was your first immersion with me as a facilitator? If you learned something new in this immersion, please share with us.
I enjoyed the conversation and the topic was great because I used to talk about the things that I do, but I'm not using always the terms indoor or outdoor, and this make me improve my vocabulary and also remember some words that I'm not using in daily routine, like hiking, camping, and waterfall that I forgot and now I remember.
Like you, I don't used to use those words like indoors, outdoors, and it's so good to have them in our vocabulary list because you don't know when you are have to need them. And thank you so much again for being here. I hope to see you in my next immersion as well. And thank you all guys for being here. I just sent you the survey link here on the chat, so you can take some time for answering the question. It can be so useful for the platform as well for me for improving my performance as a facilitator. And the next Friday, we'll be talking about the pluses and negatives of being bilingual because all you and me here in this room, we are bilinguals, and we are trying to reach that. And there are obviously the advantages and disadvantages of being bilingual. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this immersion. I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you in in my next immersion. That's it for today. See you later, guys. Bye bye.
See you guys. Bye bye.